And welcome back to Capital Talk. All this week, it's only one theme, one topic. Somalia, folks. They've gotten such a bad rap the last couple of decades. Maybe now it's time to right all those wrongs. Can Kenya do it? Obviously not alone. We need help from wherever we can get it. And the transitional federal government in Somalia admits that. Yes, we can be of help, but they need major firepower and equipment if they're going to defeat Al-Shabaab. Just ask the spokesman for the transitional federal government, Abdirahman Omar Osman. He's the man who is at the front line, literally, of it all. He's trying to break it down for us. Sit back. So, Abdirahman, what's Eritrea, the bad boy of the East? Suddenly we're hearing reports that they could be arming Al-Shabaab.
Yes, this is true. Eritrea has been a problem in the region, and as you know that they have been supporting Al-Shabaab financially, logistics, and also they have been mediators for other countries via Eritrea and giving support to Al-Shabaab. And also Eritrea, as you know, and since Sheikh Ahmed was appointed as transition federal government president, and he tried to reconcile with Al-Shabaab, but then Eritrea deployed or sent Sheikh Hassan Dahir Awais to Mogadishu, May 2009, and that's when the war for Al-Shabaab started. So the Kenyans have been, not Kenyans, sorry, Eritreans have been always supporting Al-Shabaab.
Even now they are?
Even now they are.
So these stories we're hearing of them supplying all this firepower, it is true?
Well, it's very difficult to verify, but most definitely they are the main source of suppliers to equipment and logistical support to Al-Shabaab. And they have been always destabilizing, wanted to destabilize Somalia because the proxy war with Ethiopia, and that's why we don't have any border with Eritrea. Nevertheless, they are involved with Somalia, and the only reason is that for the proxy war with Ethiopia.
That's their excuse to fight their perennial enemy, Ethiopia, is to come through you now, or through Al-Shabaab, I guess.
They want us to destabilize even Ethiopia, so that's why their interest has been always to help Somalia, so that Somalia can destabilize with Ethiopia. And that's not for the region. As you know, IGAD has been doing a fantastic job for the last 5 years, coming together, discussing about the common agenda. I think this is the way that the international community moving forward at the moment for neighbors solving their own problems. And we need this Somali case to be an example. By the way, Somalia used to be one of the best countries in Africa, the strongest in Africa. Somalia. They helped in
what century?
In 70s. They helped other Africans to get their independence. They help South African, they help all the African countries. We used to send our peacekeeping mission to Uganda even. And
during Idi Amin.
During the Idi Amin. And now look, we are the failed state in Africa. So Africans do have a role to play, that Somalia to be peaceful, it will be peace for the whole neighbor, it will be peace for the region.
Does it worry you, Abdirahman, that the whole region, if it doesn't go the way you would like it or the way the diplomats would like it, the whole region might be dragged into a nasty war?
Absolutely. At the moment we are in an age where globalized, and where one village, whatever is affected the rest of us. So that's why in particular I want to Kenyan population to understand the magnitude of the problem that we Somalis face. For 20 years, lawlessness, chaos, and now extremists wanted to another 20 years for another chaos. I think that is not acceptable, and Kenyan population needs to understand the quickest that we found a solution to eliminate the threat posed by Al-Shabaab, the quickest that we can get the whole region peace and stability, and that's what everybody needs.
Here in Kenya, a lot of Kenyans who aren't aware of what's going on or don't have all the facts, they may look at you. There's a lot of stereotyping going on right now. They may look at you, they may look at other Somalians and say, hey man, Al-Shabaab. Are you worried about that there might be friction caused right here on our doorstep?
Absolutely. The information I'm getting, they stigmatize for Somalis in Kenya. I think that is not good for Kenyans. I think it's not good for Somalis. What we want is Somalis are peace-loving people. There are some elements who support Al-Shabaab, yes, and we need to confront. The way to confront is together, not by separating, and Kenyans trying to. And we don't want to the information that we get, even the Daily Nation on a daily basis put out, are not helpful. What we need is we are the same, and this threat is we are the ones who on a daily basis, as you said, the front line of extremism, piracy, and dealing on all those. So we need help at this time where we are trying to fight very hard on avoiding extremism and bringing peace and stability in Somalia. And we want Kenyan people to understand and to help their government and to Somali people. We are together.
Yeah. Fighting a terrorist organization, criminal organization like Al-Shabaab, is that possible? Because they could disappear into the mountains, into the desert somewhere, and then come back in another form down the line. Can they be completely wiped out?
I think they can, provided that we have strategies in place. War alone cannot help the situation. We Somalis understand that, and that's why we offer amnesty to those young people from Al-Shabaab to join to Somali government, so they can get the right rehabilitation, the right help they need. And after all, they're Somalis. And there are few elements who are jihadis, who are foreigners, who are in Somalia and have affected for the leaders of Al-Shabaab. I think those we need to confront together. But this is going to be long-term strategy that we need and our young people, and how we can revive them, how we can provide them the right education that they need, how we can provide them the jobs, create jobs that they need, how we can give them hope to young person who are living under Shabaab, who knows nothing other than Al-Shabaab. Their role model is jihadism. So we have tough ahead for us to deal with the situation, but we can only deal with if we are united. And this is a global problem. We need global solutions.
You're 46 years old, Abdirahman. Do you see any of what you just mentioned happening in your lifetime?
Yes, I think we can see that. For example, in Mogadishu, before 6th of August, Mogadishu was dark. At night time, no one was moving. Now, since we ousted Al-Shabaab, no civilian casualties in Mogadishu, and people are moving freely. People are rebuilding their businesses, and Somalis are entrepreneurs. You know that wherever they are, even in Kenya, in the diaspora, and they are doing their business extremely well.
So if we went into Mogadishu today, it would be safe?
Mogadishu is safer than 2 months ago. It's safer than you can imagine, and our government is trying to work very hard to capitalize or sustain this. So in order for us to sustain, it's not something for Somalis alone can do it. That's why we need international help.
Yeah. Other than Somalis in the diaspora who are obviously providing a lot of help, is the West are they giving any kind of aid? America, France? I mean, we hear that they could be providing surveillance maybe, or offshore, they have ships offshore, but are they providing anything else that's concrete?
I think they are in terms of humanitarian aid and humanitarian assistance. Yes, we are very grateful for the international community, and in particular those countries such as the United States of America. Turkey, by the way, is now the biggest helper in terms of the humanitarian aid in Somalia. We are very grateful on that, but those are not enough compared to the complexity, compared to the problem that exists. And now Somali faces not only for famine but lawlessness. We need development projects that can help us to sustain, so that people can see better life and hope, so they can use the peace and stability and bring security within the country. After all, Somaliland and Puntland are peace and stable. They are Somalis. And Somaliland have held elections freely, transferred power from one regime to another. All that is working very well. So Somalis can do it, provided they get the right help. And also, even though the last 20 years we have seen chaotic, but our business have been booming. telecommunications, Hawala system, and companies that work in every district, every region, regardless whether Al-Shabaab control or TFG, they're providing the services to the people. So Somalis can do it.
If you were to give an estimation, timeline, how long do you think Kenyan troops will be in Somalia?
I think we don't want them to be in longer than necessary. I think we want that operation to end as soon as possible.
What is that, 6
with
months,
a
9 months?
win-win situation. No, I'm talking about weeks. Provided that Kenyans get the support they need, our troops get the support that we need, I'm sure a matter of weeks we can win and capture Kismayo. Once that is done, then we need to international community and Kenyans to help Somali government to implement the National Security Stabilization Plan.
Do you regret leaving the UK? Because you spent, what, 15, 16 years there. You had your own life, family, everything. You come back to this mess. Any regrets?
Not really. Even though my family in UK, I don't have any regrets, because what I believe is I came here to make a difference to the people of Somalia, and unless we from the diaspora who understand the complexity of the situation, who have seen how a functioning government look like in the Western countries, then I think I'm making a difference to the Somali people, and I will continue to do so.
My brother, you have a tough task.
Thank you very much.
But good luck, huh?
Thank you very much, Jeff.
And take us to Mogadishu sometime if you can.
Of course.
We'll take the bench there.
Yeah, why not?
Stand by one moment. Abdirahman Omar Osman, folks, this spokesman, yes, and senior advisor to the Prime Minister of the TFG, the Transitional Federal Government, says African solutions to African problems, and we can use Somalia as the example, the test case. Can it work? Will it work? Well, the will is there. Do we have the way? That's the bottom line. He says he doesn't regret leaving the diaspora and coming back to contribute. That's what it's all about, folks. The future of this continent depends on us, each and every one of us. And yes, one small step each and every day. What a guest, what a show, what a week it's turning out to be, folks. It's all about Somalia. Can we win this war for the good? Well, we'll see by the end of the week if we can answer that question. In the meantime, you cannot find guests like Abdirahman Omar Osman anywhere else but right here on the bench, on the award-winning station K24, where we are, yes indeed, even in times of African solutions to African problems, we're still all Kenyan.
All the time.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you very much.
Good job.